Sydney Sweeney is a nun who moves across the world to Italy, where she discovers not all nunneries are the same as one another. While there, she wakes up one morning pregnant, without having any possible explanation for how it happened. Immaculate is a straightforward, familiar, but fun horror flick, bolstered by a great lead performance from Sydney Sweeney. The story of Immaculate is one of its weakest points. It's very straightforward and simplistic, with little depth to it or its characters. It mixes horror with some slight science fiction, and some drama too. This works well, although the horror elements are mostly traditional jump scares and odd goings-ons. It's not until the film's third act and a little of its second act where things get interesting. Immaculate is at its best when it presents its central mystery as the core focus. How is she pregnant? Who is responsible, if anyone? What's going on at this weird, twisted nunnery? These questions and the way they're addressed and answered helps make Immaculate enjoyable and interesting despite its surface level telling of its story. Sydney Sweeney gives the film her all. It's an emotional performance as she showcases her range as a subdued, innocent woman who is slowly forced into taking matters into her own hands. It's a bit of a horror trope, but she does it well. Sadly, she and the other characters are not given a lot to work with. The characters are very one-note, lacking in depth, detail or sophistication. It works for the basic story they're telling, but it left me clamouring for more detail and information, so that I had a reason to care about what was going on. Immaculate is a short film too, at about 1 hour and 20 minutes when you take away the credits. The film is edited well, moving at a brisk pace. As it progresses, the tension also increases. The third act is the standout, where the horror switches to thrills and some light action. The explanation of what's happening is an interesting, albeit twisted and almost sci-fi conceit, potentially making it tough to swallow for some viewers. But this is a horror designed to be tough to swallow, so it works well. It's just a shame that the story is very point A to point B, with characters who aren't all that well realised outside of their acting, and a film that ignores certain questions and themes because it would immediately dismantle the story it's trying to establish. For example, nobody questions the men of the nunnery when one of the women wakes up pregnant. Maybe they were somehow involved. No, why question a priest or a bishop or any religious man of power? They've never done anything untoward before, have they?